Flosstube. Welcome to Creative Whims Studio. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Teresa Kogut with Creative Whims, and this is a channel about designing cross stitch, punch needle, and my art business. So that's why it's called Creative Whims, because I'm kind of all over the place. Okay, so as you know from last week, I made my way to Ohio this past weekend. Well, let me back up. Thursday, had the sweet grandchildren, and I just want to insert a few pictures here because, you know, can't get too much of those cutie pies. And then Friday went to Ohio, and I don't remember if I told you, but Kristen couldn't go because Tennessee is on major lockdown. She said it's like 10 times worse than it was in the spring, and her daughter is doing clinicals right now, and if she's exposed to COVID, then she cannot complete her clinicals. They will kick her out of the program, and then she can't graduate in December. So she did the right thing. She stayed home, and I just made it overnight trip, and I was home like 7 p.m. on Saturday. So I'll talk all about that later. So I'm getting my new glasses tomorrow. I'm a little bit nervous about it because it's transition lenses, but not just like 2, but 3 different lenses. So when I'm looking distant, I will look one place. When I want to like look at the computer, I'll look one place, and then when I'm like punch needling or reading or doing something close, I'll look down further. So it's going to be a trip. I hope it works out, but I'm sure it's going to take a while to get used to it. And then what else did I do? Oh, today I sent out 3 new designs to be stitched, so I'm really excited about that. That's for me a huge accomplishment whenever I can send something out, because it's, to me, the hardest part about designing is actually pulling the floss and making sure that they work together and that they work well on the linen. And you have to be very careful, because once they get it in their hands, you know, I do ask for update photos, or if they think something doesn't look right, if they can, you know, text me or email me photos. So anyways, it just feels good to have that done. And then this weekend, Kevin and I are going on our Friends, called Friends Weekend. That's what we call it. We've been going for probably 12 to 15 years up north with a big group of friends. And we stay on a lake, and we just float on the lake all day. Everyone's like in charge of a certain meal or whatever, and it works out beautifully. We have so much fun doing that, so I can't wait for that. I haven't been to the beach or on the water yet this summer. It's a crying shame, y'all. And then another exciting thing that I did yesterday, I ordered myself a new MacBook Pro. I cannot wait to get it. And I got like 10 times more storage space on it than I had with the one I have now. Because I do all my video editing on that and do a lot of work. I probably do more work on my laptop than I do on any other machine, because I can do it up at the house. And I'm constantly having to clean stuff off of it to make room for the new and this and that. I mean, that's a good thing to do anyways, but I'm running into all kinds of trouble when I go to do, you know, new videos and put them into iMovie. You know, it'll say my disk is full and all this stuff. So anyways, that should be here in a couple weeks, and I'm stoked about that. Okay, announcements. I don't have any announcements. I have nothing. So that's why I'm going to take this time to talk about the Ohio trip. So I got on the road an hour later than I wanted. I made up time a little bit on the road. I didn't stop. No, did I? I can't remember. I don't think I stopped on the way there. Anywho, it was very easy to find Clare's Stitching Post. I thoroughly enjoyed my visit there. It's the sweetest, cute little shop. I will be inserting videos at the end of her shop and craft gallery. Okay, so that's coming at the end. Oh, something else I forgot I wanted to show you guys. If I don't write it down, I'll forget. I have had a video, a short video to show you guys for the past month that I got from, do you remember when I did those huge angel paintings? It was like beach theme or whatever, the ocean, and they were in blues, and they were like the largest paintings I've ever painted for a client. Well, she sent me a video of them hanging in her house, and they're stunning. And I've had this video for, like I said, a month. So I keep forgetting to write it down, and therefore I don't think to put it in here. So that will also be, actually it's so short. You know what? It's so short, I'm going to insert it right here. What do you guys think about that? Is that absolutely incredible? Yeah. I would love to see that whole house because she likes art. She likes handmade things. Those chandeliers that you saw hanging in the hallway there, those chandeliers are the reason that the paintings are actually smaller than they originally were going to be, because she was afraid that the chandeliers would hide the paintings. So we kind of made them a little more squatty than this original size we were going to do. But those are like hand blown glass. I can't remember where she got them from, but they're stunning and perfect for that hallway. So that's when it feels really good. Well, you know, whenever somebody purchases an original painting, it's an investment, and you know, it just makes me feel so good because I feel like my God-given talent is art and painting and creating. So when someone invests money into an original painting and then especially shows me pictures of it hanging in their home, it just means the world to me. So, okay, moving back onto the Ohio trip. So I got to Clare's a little bit late, maybe 15 minutes, no big deal. And I wanted to call her to let her know I'm still coming. I'm just a little bit late, and but I don't like to mess with my phone when I'm driving. And there was a lot of construction and stuff going on too, so I had such a nice warm welcome. Oh, by the way, wore my mask all the time. They told me that 6 p.m. the night before is when the governor said, okay, 6 p.m. tonight, everyone wears a mask in public. And I said, had I come a week before this, we wouldn't be wearing these god-awful masks. They're so uncomfortable. I had on Kevin picked these ones up. They're from Hanes, so they're like, sounds kind of gross. It's like underwear material. It's just nice light cotton, and they're very comfortable. And they're black, so they go with everything. And that's what I wore at Clare's. So after, well, that whole day was wonderful. I do believe COVID kept people away. And I get that, you know, I get that. I got to see Karen again. Now, Karen is one of my stitchers, and she does a beautiful job. She did, now what all did she do? She has done quite a bit for me. Fractor is the last one that she did, and that was the one that I was having framed at Craft Gallery that I picked up this past weekend too. But she was there. She works for Clare, and I got to see her again, so that was nice. The other cool thing is I got to meet Tina Penton and her son Matthew Penton. They both stitch for me as well. Tina did Newcastle Bouquet. She did Outstretched Arms, which is one of the full coverage angel pieces. That was, I think, the first thing she stitched for me. God bless her. And she still wanted to stitch for me after that. Newcastle Bouquet. And right now she's working on Home in the Woods. And it is also a sampler. And it is so exciting. You guys are going to love this sampler. It'll probably be a Nashville release because I already have 2 for the fall. But it's got a little red house, of course, but it's got a raccoon, a bunny, a fox, a ginormous deer, and then this tree comes up and there's a little squirrel on top of the tree, and the squirrel and the deer are like nose to nose, like checking each other out. It's to die for. And there's birds in it and lots of trees, and it just screams like Home in the Woods. So that's the title of that one. And then Matthew is working on Peacemaker, which is a full coverage angel. He doesn't have to stitch the background. I finally gave that up. So, you know, people were cursing my name. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, full coverage, it's intense. But the angel's full coverage, but at least he doesn't have to stitch the background. So, like his mom had to. But he has like half of the face done. And we were like trying to pull some different floss colors and see if we could blah, blah, blah. And we ended up just sticking with the design the way it is. And it's awesome. And I'll insert a picture here of me with Tina and Matthew. Is he not tall? Yeah, he's tall. And he's 21. And so that's cool. I mean, he's a year younger than our youngest, Ryan. So that's neat. And he's an amazing stitcher. There's always an interruption, right? But we'll quit. I guess put her over there.
You want to just leave this open?
No, I'm recording, babe.
Go on, dipshit.
Go, Athena, go. Okay. Oh, my dog, she's stubborn. So, and then I was so bummed I didn't get a picture of Claire and I. You can see her in the background. I'll put that picture up again and zoom in on Claire. She is in the picture, but I meant to get like a picture with, you know, Matthew and Tina, and then a picture with Karen. Didn't get that either. And then another picture with Claire. Didn't do it. I don't know. I have all these grandiose ideas of recording more and all that, but you know, you just want to be in the moment sometimes. And if you're constantly thinking, oh, I got to get a picture of this, and oh, I should be recording this, you're distracted from just visiting with people. And that was what the trip was all about. So I apologize for not getting as many videos and as many photos as I originally planned on. But you know what? I think the photos I did take and then doing the tour of the shop is plenty. Plus I can tell you about all the other things. And then anyways, after, so I was there from what was it, 12:30 to about 5. We went out to dinner, and it was Claire. I got to meet Claire's husband Larry, and I think he is hilarious. He's awesome, and he would get along so well with my husband. And I did not realize that Vermillion was like right on the water. And so Kevin and I are going to make plans to go there either this fall, or because we normally go to Traverse City for our anniversary, but I'm thinking, gal, if we could go to Vermillion and spend the weekend there, because this town, there's restaurants, and it's kind of, because it's on the water and it's near Cedar Point, it's kind of a touristy area or whatever. So there's lots of gift shops, and right across the street from Claire's is Swan Creek Candles, which I love candles. I don't burn them like I used to, but I do love Swan Creek. Anyways, I just would like to check out the town more, and I would love to like go out to dinner with Claire and her husband Larry, because they're so much fun. What else? Oh, I mean, we sat at the restaurant. We went out to eat, and it was Tina and Claire and I sitting together at this restaurant, and we visited and visited and visited and ate, and then we visited and visited. And I didn't realize how late it had gotten. It was like 8:15 when I finally looked at my phone. We've been sitting there for over 3 hours talking and visiting, and I loved it. It was awesome. Really got to know each other, so it was great. But I had an hour and a half drive yet, and I really didn't want to be driving in the dark. So you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 8:15. I really should get going. Well, we ended up talking more. That's, you know how that goes. It goes that way. So when I left, I finally got on the road at about 9. So I didn't get to, I text Paula, and I'm like, from Craft Gallery, and I said, Paula, I am so sorry. I won't be there till like 10:30. And I was just praying that they weren't like people that go to bed at 9 or something, you know. And she goes, oh, she says, no problem. We're, you know, we stay up late anyways. So yeah, it got dark, and I was going through all these back roads in Ohio that are not lit. It's like cornfield on both sides of me. I mean, it was just dark as dark could be. So I kind of kicked myself in the butt for, you know, taking off so late. But anyways, I got there safe and sound, thank you Jesus, about 10:30, like I said, and my eyes were burning, but like I was kind of wound up from the drive. So I sat and visited with Carlton and Paula in their beautiful home for, I don't know, hour and a half, and then we went to bed and got up and headed to the shop, and we had a great day. It was busy, and they had, instead of masks, they're using these shields. So it's like glasses, but this shield is attached to the glasses, kind of like, not glasses, but what do you call those? It's like the rim of those plastic safety glasses, I guess. But then attached to it is this clear face mask. And it was so comfortable because it just felt like you were wearing glasses. And I went to take a drink of my coffee, and I hit the shield. Gotta let the shield, take a drink, put the shield back down. I had my lip balm in my pocket, took it out, popped off the top, went to put it on, got a mark on my shield. It's like several times trying to drink water, kept hitting the shield. I'm like, really? Am I ever going to get used to wearing this? I'm going to say no. But anyways, I'll insert a picture here of Carlton and Paula and I. And don't yell at me. We don't have our masks on. We took them off for the photo op. It was at the end of the day, and there was no customers in there at that point. There was just, you know, the lady that works for them, and there might have been a couple people in there sitting and stitching, but we were very cautious. We were far away from them when we took the picture. It's all safe, guys. We did the, you know, we took every precaution we could. And Paula is so sweet. She made food, and she made these chocolate peanut butter brownies that are absolutely to die for, like 3 sticks of butter in there. And I heard her say, what else did she put in there that makes them real creamy? I can't remember now. So delicious. And then she had another little snack, and they're just very hospitable to all of their customers and to me as well. It was awesome. But I met quite a few people there, had lots of wonderful chats, and I purchased things at both places, of course. And then I'm trying to think what else. I think that's about it. You know, it was just wonderful. You know, I took a lot of samples out. Well, I think I showed it in the video. But anyway, I might insert pictures too of, there was a big table that I could set stuff up on, and then behind that was pegboard where we could hang some models. And at Claire's I had models out as well. Took land that I love, of course. Everyone wanted to see that. And oh, I know what I was gonna say. When I was at Craft Gallery, they had some tin roof, and I held it up to my model, and sure enough, it's a lot darker. So it's either that it was because it was an old dye lot, and it's just different, you know, the way they do it now, it's just different. And it also could be, I mean, there's a possibility that the linen itself was mislabeled. I mean, I'm not trying to place blame on anyone. There's nothing to blame anyone for. It is what it is. The linen I have for my land that I love is lighter than a normal tin roof is nowadays. Having said that, that pattern would look so beautiful on so many different colors. I know people are mixing it up big time, and I love that. I think that's awesome. So I think it would look good on like an off-white or like a cream color. I mean, I even think brown tones would look really pretty. It would, you know, warm it up a little bit. So, you know, what can I say? It is what it is. You'll find something that works for it, because like I said, this pattern would look great on so many different ones. And then when I left there, it was so cute. Paula, she's the best. She says, now you text me when you get home. And I'm like, I love it. You know, I just love that she, you know, cares about my travels and stuff. It was very sweet of her. So I told her, I said, well, I'm not going straight home. I'm this close to Jeffries. I have to go into Jeffries. So Jeffries is also in Findlay, and it's right off of 23, which is the expressway I need. It's like you can see it from 23. So I went in there. I spent about an hour in there looking for antique samplers, looking for any kind of antique sewing accoutrement, looking for any old frames and old books or anything I can attach punch needle and cross stitch to, you know, for finishing. So I could have spent longer, but I really wanted to get home, and I got home around 7:30 on Saturday, and so that was nice. I brought food home, so Kevin and I had dinner, and Sunday we ended up having Easton's first birthday party here. So Eric and Bree and the kids were here, and Ryan was here, of course, and then Kyle had to work, which was such a bummer. We really missed him. So that was my weekend. It was full and it was fun. Okay. Oh, and another thing, when I was at Clare's Stitching Post, I took 2 pieces for Karen to stitch because she was in between. Like, she did fractor and I hadn't got anything else to her. So I gave her, why can't I talk today? I am saying everything like wrong. I gave her one of the Fabulous Monsters because I already have one done and I just need one to go with it to pair them up for the next release, which I'm really hoping to do in the fall. And then I gave her Come to the Garden. And this sampler that I gave to her, I cannot wait to see it stitched. It's going to be gorgeous, and it's going to be perfect for a Nashville release because that's in the spring, and this is talking about gardening. But it says at the bottom, come to the garden, thy senses shall be overjoyed. So there's like blueberries, and there's strawberries, and there's lilies, and there's daisies, and there's birds, and there's a beautiful butterfly. And then there's like an angel at the top that kind of, the way I have it made, kind of looks like she's part of the sun. It's so pretty. And the border on it is, I love it. I cannot wait to see it stitched. And when I showed it to her, she's really excited about it. So, this business is so fun. All right, let's move on to Q&A. Finish a quilt. She said, will you be getting more wax angels? My apologies. I showed them on my Flosstube and then I completely forgot to list the little wax angels. I have, I think, 3 of 2 different kind, and then I've got 2 or 3 little cherubs too. So hopefully by the time this is uploaded, I will have those listed. So my apologies for that. I'm such a tease, and I didn't mean to be a tease that time. Ginny Evans, she asked, any news on the angel done in black? She's talking about Psalm 91:11, and that is the one that I showed during Design Mania, I believe. But it's on a charcoal color from XU Designs on 32 count linen, and I just did the floss toss today, and it's going out to Daisy. So hopefully Daisy enjoys the stitch, and we can get that hopefully released in Nashville. So it won't be till March. I mean, if she was really fast and she got it done for the fall, but I'm not going to even ask her that because that's a lot of stitching. So yeah, hopefully for Nashville. Okay, and then I just want to talk about the ads because someone commented that when my video started, one of the ads was inappropriate, which kind of ticks me off. Because when I upload my video, I have to say that this is not for kids. There's all these different questions they ask you. Does it show it, you know, explicit material? Do you do this? Do you do? And so I have to be held accountable for what I put in my video. But then they can put ads on there that are offensive. I don't understand that. I'm going to contact YouTube. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. As far as what ads play, I have no choice in that. I wish I did, but I don't. So in any political ads, anything that is offensive, it's not me. The other thing is they change the ads frequently. So you might see an ad and then a day later someone else watches my video and they could see a completely different ad. So it's not consistent in that way either. But just know that all of us that have ads on our videos, we have no say in it. So that's that. I just want to make that clear. Okay, whips. The only whip I have is Bellissimo. Actually, I have a watercolor whip, but I don't know where my watercolor pad is. And now that I'm all organized, since I can't see it down here, it's probably at the house because I'm pretty sure I took it up there because I thought I might be able to paint a little bit when the kids were here while they were napping, but that did not work out. So Bellissimo, which is Italian for beautiful. We are painting this in CW Live on Tuesday nights, and tonight we will be finishing her. And I wanted to do something completely different than what I normally do. So her angel wings are going to be like shades of greens and blues with some black, you know, like a two-tone, as you can see, a two-tone color for the, and then the angel is a darker skin tone and her hair is super cool. It kind of looks like dreads. I'm not like trying to paint it to look like dreads. When I paint these angels, I don't have any reference to look at, so I'm just playing and painting what comes out of my head. So yeah, I'm excited to get this painted or finished tonight in class. This is a 16 by 20 cradle board. If you're wondering what a cradle board is, this is what it is. It's like 1.5 inches thick. That might be 2 inches on the side, but it's wood and it's the best. For me, I prefer painting on that way more than canvas. Okay, I don't have any finishes, but haul, oh yeah, I have haul. So at Clare's, what did I buy at Clare's? I bought 40 count colonial parchment, and this is Fabrics by Stephanie. And this, I bought this to put Come to the Garden on. So I bought a half yard, we cut it in half, and that way I had enough for Come to the Garden and I have enough for another sampler. But the variegation on this is amazing. Isn't it cool? And it will be so pretty with Come to the Garden on it. So, and I've never used Fabrics by Stephanie, so that's exciting. Oh, the other thing that I bought, which I don't have here because I also gave to Karen, was the floss. The floss that I had picked out for that design was a lot of Classic Colorworks. Well, there was Classic Colorworks DMC in I think a couple weeks, and I didn't have a lot of it. So when I was at Clare's, I pulled all the floss and just purchased it from her. So I did that when I was at Clare's. Okay, and then I have a little bit of haul from Craft Gallery. I know there was something else in here because this bag was full. Like Carlton had a hard time getting it in here. So I know I'm missing something, but I don't know what it is. Oh, I do know what it is, but it's at the house. Okay, 2 people at Craft Gallery were wearing these things in order to see better to stitch. So I bought some and it's at the house. But basically it fits on your head and they said they're very comfortable. And then this thing comes out here and then there's this magnifier right here. Okay, so I bought a magnifying light stand that sits by my chair and I love it. For the light, I love it. I love it if I have a sliver. I love it when I'm done with the punch needle, some of the loops kind of get intertwined and I can zoom in big time. And I can see those loops so good and I can make my punch needle look way better than had I not had that. So I do love that light. But I think I would lose it if I have to look through that to stitch because it's only about that big to look through. And if you get off a little bit, you can't see as well. I don't know. I just don't know that I would like it for stitching. So I bought those glasses because they're going to be, no matter where I look and move my head, I'll be, you know, I think it will just make it easier. So, oh yeah, and by the way, Donna Fidawa and I are planning to go to Craft Gallery. She mentioned in August. I don't know if I can do it in August because we have a lot going on, and then my mom and Jerry are coming, and I don't know how long they're staying. So it may be the end of August, if not sometime in September. We're gonna go down to Craft Gallery together, and we're gonna sit and stitch at Craft Gallery and visit with everyone that comes in and visit with each other, and hopefully maybe by, you know, in another 6 weeks or 4 weeks or something, maybe by then they won't have to wear masks. Because I'm not going to go if we have to wear a mask. I'm not going to sit there for 5-6 hours with the mask on. So that will kind of determine when we go to. But so the other thing that I got was 32 count Murky, because I'm having all of the Fabulous Monsters stitched on Murky now, and I was out of it. And then Claire had some, and I was going to buy it, but it was way, way darker than the Murky I had used or had in stock before. So anyways, Craft Gallery had some, and it was lighter, so I bought that. So now I'm ready to go on the Fabulous Monsters. Again, the Fabulous Monsters, you get 2 monsters per pattern, and there's going to be a total of like 33 of the monsters. And so I'm just slowly releasing, you know, them as we go. Then I also bought this adorable frame at Craft Gallery. It's a little 5x5 frame, and I think it's super cute. It's not focusing. Why am I not surprised here? I mean, I'm not surprised is what I meant to say. Anyway, I love it. It's kind of grungy looking, and it's got knots in it and stuff. So I got all that at Craft Gallery. Then I went to Jeffrey's, and at Jeffrey's I bought some really awesome stuff. One thing that I bought is for my husband, and does anybody know what this is? It's really cool. That's what it is. It's Shipyard Brewing Company Pumpkinhead Ale, and I absolutely love it. I wish the blue on here was black, but can't have everything. It is a beer tap thing, because when we get our basement done, when we're remodeling it, but when it's completely done, we're gonna have a bar area, and him and his best friend, they brew beer. So this will be our Halloween tap, beer tap, whatever you call them. Then I bought this adorable little dustpan that I love using these to put Punchneedle on, or even cross stitch possibly. Cute little red pan. I've used them before. I got this really cool tin. Now this tin is, oh, it almost fell on the floor. I'm glad it didn't. It would have been really loud. I love antique tins, and I have a lot of them, like in my studio up high on the cabinets. I'm not going to use this for finishing or anything. It's just going to be a decoration. But I love it. Butternut chips served with soup, salad, cheese, and oysters. Why does it say oysters? That's very strange. Richmond Baking Company, Richmond, Indiana. But I just thought it was super cool. Then I really hit the jackpot. Whenever I go to Jeffrey's, I come back with a lot of books. The lady, it was a young girl that was cashing me out, and she said, I'm trying to put them in order of size so it looks good when I hold it up. She said, do you have a library in your house? And I said, no. And she said, are you going to read all these books? And I laughed and I said, no. I said, it's kind of odd, isn't it? I said, no, I do Punchneedle, and I like to finish them on the books so that they can stand up and I can display them. And she said, what is Punchneedle? So while she was, you know, ringing me up, and it's very intense, they have to type everything in because it's vendors, you know, at this antique mall, so they have to make sure they're careful. Anyways, it takes a while because I have a bunch of books here that I'm going to show you in a second. So I looked it up on my phone, and I showed her one of my Punchneedle designs finished on a book, and she was just going crazy over it. She's like, that is so cool. So it made sense that way for her. Look at all the color books I got, you guys. I can see 3 right now. that would be great for Halloween. There's blue in there, there's green, and then there's just some nice colors and nice sizes. Yeah, I've got like the biggest one here, like a 5x7 would look good on that. But yeah, all these awesome colors, just a nice kind of taupey greenish color. This blue is a little bright. I might be able to stain over it though and make it look a little bit more grungy. This is a nice Halloween color, a little bit brighter Halloween color. And we had another awesome, well, this is blue, but it's showing up green on the camera. How weird. Huh, but it's more of a blue. This is just, whoops, let me turn around. This is about as grungy as they get. I love it. Looks like it fell in a mud puddle. And then we have a nice sage green. Love the sage green. This is just a nice charcoal gray with the black at the top, which looks really cool. And then a nice navy blue color. So yeah, I love it when I get lots of books. And then I do have one more thing. I'm not going to show it. It's an antique sampler. It's all wrapped up here. I can't remember the date on it. It was like I want to say 1939. Anywho, it's, okay, let me just say that. I thought when designers would buy antique samplers that they would chart them exactly like they are. Color, design, everything. And I think the majority of them do that. But I was listening to somebody and they said that, you know, Blackbird designs, sometimes they don't even do the whole sampler. They'll just pull pieces out and maybe make a pillow and then pull this piece out and make something else from it. And that just liberated me, I guess. I just feel like I can make this way cuter than it is. It looks like it's on a fine linen. When I actually rechart it and have the new one done, I will show them in comparison. So you will get to see it, but I don't want to spoil anything by showing it now. But it looks like it's on a fine linen, like 40 count or even higher. But then they, instead of going over 2 threads, they went like over 4 or 6. I mean, the X's are big. So that part I don't like because you can really see the X's. I love the layout and I love the design of what it is. I don't necessarily like all the colors either, so I will make the colors more my taste. So there you go. But I'm excited. And it's small. I can show you the size at least. As you can see, it's very small. And especially if I'm going to do like 1/2 on a 40 count linen, it may end up being even smaller because, like I said, they went over like 4 or 6 threads. So there's my haul. All right, I think we're on to giveaway. So the giveaway for last week was this really cute little coin purse, and you had to say unanswered prayers. So I will insert the YouTube random comment picker here. All right, it helps to spell things right. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see who wins the coin purse. And our winner is Leslie O'Brien. Congratulations. She says, all of your previous finishes are great, including your framing. I just kitted up bell snickles and can't wait to start stitching it. Unanswered prayers. Maybe not. Maybe they weren't answered how you expected. Amen, girl. So thank you everyone for participating, and congratulations to you, Leslie. Okay, so this week is from that same company. This is more like for a makeup bag, and that's why it says on the front, yes, you're the fairest of them all, and it's got a little mirror. I think it's really cute. It wouldn't have to be a makeup bag. I mean, you could put your threads in there, you could do whatever you want, but I just love that blue ticking that they use inside. Super cute. So that's this week's giveaway. And our card today says, when things, oh, I should hold it up, my bad. I think this one is called, yeah, because I did a companion piece with this, and the first one said, God is love, and then this one said love is everything. So that's the title of this one, Love is Everything. On the back it says, when things don't seem to be working in your favor, trust in God, for he has better plans for you. And I find that interesting because it goes right along with last week's about unanswered prayers. So yes, we are going to use the phrase trust in God. So if you type trust in God in your comment, then you will be entered into the drawing for that super cute makeup bag. I'm going to write trust in God here. Okay, so we have the Chinese fortune teller this week, guys. And Nanette McDougall Dykes said red 2-1. So we're going to go R-E-D 1-2. And then look at number 1. And it is my favorite. So I have a cup that I keep. Let me get this stuff out of my way. I have a cup that I keep little things in there. Little pieces of paper that have, oops, like your favorite this, your favorite memory of such, you know, whatever. So let's just grab something out of here and let's hope it doesn't embarrass me. Let's hope I have an answer for it too. All right. What is your favorite sitcom, past or present? That is easy peasy lemon squeezy. My favorite sitcom is Everybody Loves Raymond. I have the box set that the kids got me for Christmas one time. I could watch the episodes over and over and over and over. I love so many of them. One of my favorites, just the dynamics and relationship between the people in this family are just, it's just so well written. But the one where, okay, I haven't watched it in a while and I'm struggling with names. I know Deborah. Deborah, what's Raymond's mom's name? Raymond, Deborah. Marie, duh. Okay, Marie is teaching her how to make like one of her, you know, her famous dishes or whatever. And as you know, if you watch the show, Marie loves cooking for her family. She feels like that's what makes her special, and kind of people come to her because her food is so good and blah, blah, blah. And I think she likes that little bit of power she has over Deborah, because Deborah is not quite as good of a cook. And she's so critical of Deborah all the time. So she's teaching her to make one of her famous dishes, and she leaves out an ingredient. And if you ever can watch that, oh, another one that I love is when Raymond and Deborah, they go on vacation, they come home, and they leave the big, huge suitcase. Neither one of them takes it up the stairs. They take it up like 3 steps, and it's like on the landing before going up all the steps. And it sits there and sits there. And he's saying to, you know, like his family, I can't believe Deborah hasn't taken that up. I work all day. She's here all day. Why wouldn't she take that up there? And I'm not doing it, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, or she's like complaining about it to someone. And, you know, it's too heavy for me. I can't believe he's, you know, being lazy and won't take that up for me. So it sits there and it sits there and it sits there and it sits there. Well, Raymond's getting ready to go on a business trip and he needs that suitcase, but he refuses to take it upstairs, empty it, and pack it for his trip. And so he puts his clothes in like a grocery bag, you know, those cheap grocery bags you get that tear easily. And he has his clothes in that. And she's like, you can't go to the airport like that. And she grabs it and rips it, and all of his clothes fall out. And it's just hilarious. And they go back and forth about who should take that up there. So when he leaves, he takes a piece of like smelly cheese and puts it in the suitcase so that while he's gone, it spoils and stinks up the house. Honestly, there's so many episodes where the one where Marie goes to sculpting class and makes this big sculpture, and that one's hilarious. The one where Marie and, now I can't think of the father's name. That drives me crazy. But anyway, they're gonna sell their house, or no, they were going to give their house or sell it, whatever, to Robert and his girlfriend, and Robert and Amy, and they were going to go into not an old folks home, but like a place in, like, it's like, I don't know, an hour away or something, where it's all people of their age, and they, they can golf, and they have all these cool activities, and they're really excited to have all this stuff to do. And so Ray and Deborah and Amy and Robert are like so excited, and they're trying to contain their excitement, and then they all go into the kitchen like they need to go in there and get something, and they're all in there jumping up and down and just all excited, but like being quiet about it. And Robert takes Amy and puts her up on top of the fridge and gets her down, and they're just all excited. And then Raymond picks up Deborah and goes to put her up there, and he slams her against the fridge because he's not strong enough to get her up there, or tall enough, or whatever. And I mean, it's just, okay, I'm done. I could go on and on. I love every single episode. So that's it for this episode of my Flosstube channel. And I thank you guys for being here, and just thank you for all the support and the love and the comments. Just keep them coming. I really appreciate it. And don't forget, creative day. Bye now.